Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Bottom of the Bottle. Here's what we do normally on Bottom of the Bottle.
Who are you?
Oh, God, I forgot that last time video too. So I am Kieran Murray. This is my lovely co-host, the lovely, talented, sexy, gorgeous, good cook, smart, intelligent, Miss
Sherry Murray, but he said it so many times, it's like he doesn't believe it anymore.
Okay, then I'll stop saying it that way.
No, please stop.
Yeah,
Well, that
right.
way.
That way.
Yeah.
Just come up with a new way, right?
Just
But
say
say
it
the
like you
same
mean it.
things.
Say it like you mean
Yeah.
it.
So here's the deal. So here's what we normally do on Bottom of the Bottle is we pour a bottle of wine for the first two glasses. So we drink the top half of the bottle, and then we pour the second half, the bottom of the bottle, a couple glasses, and we fire up the camera on our little Mac computer here, and we talk about the great experiences we've had at that particular winery. It's a little bit different tonight. We are. This is actually my birthday. I turned 54 today. It's January 8th. Oh God, I did it again. January 8th. It's not 1900 or whatever. It's 2021.
Well,
Good
you
Lord.
know the mind is the first to go.
Wow.
Getting a little old.
So we decided, because we've been getting so far behind doing our videos, we do them every couple of weeks, but we get further and further behind because we have so many great experiences at the wineries, and we're like, you know what? I told Sherry this morning, I said, I want to do multiple videos tonight. So tonight we're drinking a little bit more wine, and we're featuring more wineries. This is our fifth or sixth video, but each video, at least we change clothes, we change background.
And they get funnier as we go.
I put on a hat. She changed her hair. But
I think you should go like full Eminem and like flip up your hoodie.
Yeah. Do you think so?
No,
No,
actually, I really
let's not
don't.
do
You
it.
look like a gnome.
So I was, so we wanted to be able to catch up on some of our favorite wineries.
Mm-hmm.
So we're doing it tonight. So we're making it look like we've done this in the future by changing our clothes. We're basically just deceiving you. It was totally Sherry's idea. I said, you know what? They're probably not going to like this. She said, I don't care. I want to do it anyway. I lied. It was not her idea. It was totally my idea. But we want to get caught up on the videos.
It was my idea to deceive you. It was his idea to come clean. So I mean, there is.
Oh, that was it. So you didn't want me to come. Yeah, she didn't want me to come clean.
No.
We could still deceive.
I wanted to be professional.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So this is our fifth or sixth video of the evening. I can't remember which one, but
It is our final one of the evening.
okay. So I guess it's the last one we're doing tonight. And do you think we could say we saved the best for last? I don't know if we want to say that.
I don't want to say the best, but I would say the most unique experience for last.
Well, very unique in their own way. And I don't know exactly how we can do this video. So we were actually looking.
I think we have to be several bottles in to do the video.
Ooh.
So that makes sense.
So it feels like for this particular video, we need one of those machines that will beep out the words.
The sensor machine.
The sensor machine that beeps out the bad words.
Mm-hmm.
So we could only probably be talking about Paige Cellars. So, and actually not Paige Cellars, but Brett Cummings. So a lot of you know him. A lot of you love him. We're in that same group.
Some of you don't love him.
Yeah.
I mean, some of you don't know him.
Yeah.
Freudian slip.
So let us explain to you how we came
Big
to
sexy.
Big sexy.
Big
right?
sexy.
Here's how we came to know Brett at Paige Cellars. So we've gone up to do a number of different tastings at
Show him the bottle.
Yeah. Tonight we have the Paige Tryst. Isn't that there we go. So we've gone to the Woodinville Warehouse District in Hollywood and around there a number of different times. And one of our friends had said that he had met the dad at Paige and how cool he was. And so that's how we ended up going to Paige, because we wanted to see if we could meet the dad. And so we get there and we met the son. So when we first get there, now I'm sure Brett knows that some of you would go there and maybe you would be offended.
And he's okay with that.
And and we're not that. We're not easily offended. We're definitely not offended if someone just wants to, let a few cuss words fly here and there, unless we're in a setting like around kids or something, and where it's not appropriate type thing. That's a little bit different. But There's some places where it's just not that big of a deal, right? And especially as I get older, I'm sitting here turning 54 today. There's fewer and fewer things that offend me because I'm like, you know what? It's all pretty small stuff, And so we got a chance to go to Page Cellars one day. Mm-hmm. We stepped up and
they were busy.
So how do you say this to make sure you don't say it?
So I'm not sure exactly what you're wanting to say or not wanting to say. But here's what I can tell you. We walked in, and this was obviously still during COVID, so it was outdoor seating only. And so it's very limited. And we got a table. And it was literally the fastest tasting we'd ever done. And one where Karen's head, I think, was on a swivel the whole time, looking for the camera because we thought we were being punked.
Yeah.
It was just, it was an experience unlike anything that we had experienced up to that point when it comes to wine tastings. It was absolutely nothing like you would think a wine tasting is.
Yeah, and I want so when we had a chance to meet Brett, who is the owner's son, he's a very colorful guy.
That's a really good way to say it.
And we'll just leave it at that. And so we had the opportunity, we sat down, we did these tastings, and here's the thing is, these were Red Mountain wines that we've talked about before. We've talked about Red Mountain before, mm-hmm. and they were utterly flippin' delicious, right? But with being around Brett's big personality and his colorfulness and everything, I've been looking around going, is this normal? Is this and it was normal enough for us that we fell in love immediately, joined the club immediately, and we're in and out. When we were done, we're like, what just happened? What was that? But the wines were amazing. Absolutely amazing.
They were so good that they spoke for themselves.
Yeah.
No matter what else was going on around us, that literally our tasting, if we were there 20, 25 minutes, I would be shocked. And we have never done a tasting. And there's some people that will watch this and cringe that we did a tasting for 20 minutes. Because tasting should be, 2 hours plus. And I get that. I am all about this. But when we went in, it was one of those things that I think we were so caught off guard by Brett and his big personality. And here's the thing, as big as his personality is, his heart is just as big.
About the biggest.
Do not let this guy fool you,
yeah.
because he's a teddy bear. Yeah. He just doesn't necessarily use the words that go along with a teddy bear. But the wines really did. They spoke for themselves. It was, holy crap, this is great. Let's try the next one. Oh my God, this is even better. Let's try the next one. And there was nothing in that tasting menu that disappointed. It was really, truly one of those things where we're like, yeah, let's go. And then let's go, because I'm really kind of confused of what's happening right now.
It was a fast experience, but it was a phenomenal experience. And so then since we've been back, we've picked up club wine. We stopped in for tastings. And the cool part is we are Facebook friends with Brett now. So we send messages. We've exchanged phone numbers. So now we text each other. So Brett texts us with things talking about ideas. We'll text Brett. And it's so funny how you connect so fast with somebody. And we connected really fast with him, because here's the thing is, he's our kind of people, right? And so some other people may go, I don't know. But for us, yeah, he's our kind of people for sure.
If you can just let down your guard and just take it for what it is, it's a great experience. And here's one thing that really is a big thing for me. We talk about experiences when it comes to wine. The wine was great. The wine is great. We love Page Wine, okay? But here's one of the things that Brett did that was pretty freaking awesome. So I have a son who lives up in Lake Stevens, which is closer to Woodinville, and it's closer to Woodinville than it is to us down here, where we live south of Tacoma. And my son recently, about 6-7 months ago, started working at a wine bar. He never had any experience in wines before. And so I actually reached out to Brett because Brett's a little bit younger.
He might have had experience in wines before, but they would be called MD 2020, Boone's Farm, Granny Green Springs.
I said something about a Sangiovese to him one day. He's like, a Sangio what?
What is that?
So needless to say, he didn't know. But I reached out to Brett and I said, hey, we're gonna go up. We're gonna take Nick, my son, wine tasting. Would it be okay if we stopped in, because you guys are similar in age, and you can kind of give him a different perspective? And he's like, oh my God, absolutely. So as just normal, people, he does amazing things for normal people. As a mom, he took care of my kid.
Yeah.
And that's huge. That's absolutely huge. So Brett, you are absolutely number one in my book just because of that.
And that was the first day that Nick, our kid, had a chance to experience good wines.
Oh,
and
he
so,
loved
and so
them.
as we sat there at Page Cellars, he was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. This is so good. And he was just blown away that wines like that were actually made. He's at a age, he's younger. And at that age, you don't know what good wine is, right? We all know that. And so he experienced Brett's wines, but also Brett would come out and talk to him about that wine. And so the cool thing is like Sherry was saying, Brett made our kid feel like he was on top of the world, feel like $1 million. And so, as we drove home and we drove our kid home to Lake Stevens, drop him off, all I could talk about was how cool Brett Cummings was. And, we're like,
and how good the wine was.
And how good the wine was. And so this is coming from a kid who was never exposed to anything decent wine ever. Page Cellars would definitely be the first, and he loved it. But he loved the experience with Brett. So we always talk about it's where are you drinking the wine, who are you drinking it with? Well, you can go to the Woodinville Warehouse District, and it's a warehouse district, and you're going to drink wine in the warehouse, which sometimes it's not like sitting out in the vineyard where
it's not like
someone,
it's luxury.
Yeah, where someone owns the vineyard and you sit in their vineyard and you drink the wine. It's a different experience. It's still a cool place to be able to sit amongst in a warehouse where the production of the wine that you're drinking is right there, right behind you. That's awesome. So that's a great experience. But we also talk about who you're drinking the wine with. And so we've had the experience multiple times at Page Cellars to drink our wine with Brett Cummings. And so every time we do, our bond becomes stronger with Brett. It's just a really, really cool experience for us. It was a really cool experience for us to take our kid up there and introduce our kid to Brett and have the two, kind of connect. And our kid was looking at Brett like with stars and was like, oh man, what a cool dude. And you know what? He's our really cool dude. So the way he looked at him was actually the way we look at him too. They're just different stars in our eyes too, because in our eyes, Brett's a rock star. And funny thing is, he plays sax in a band, and he is a rock star.
Super talented,
right?
Oh my gosh.
So we look at him with stars in our eyes, just like our kid looks at him with stars in our eyes. They're just different stars because we're different ages and we have different experience of him in that winery. So, but how cool is it that you can both have that experience, and we could share that experience with our kid who that was his very first experience with a high-end wine. That was it. Brett Cummings in Page Cellars was our kid's first experience with high-end wines.
And Brett came in early.
Yeah, he actually opened up an hour early, right?
Yeah. Which
is the cool thing is we had sent him a message and he said, yeah, I normally open at 12. I'm going to come in at 11. Come in 11 so you guys can come in and we're
let's spend some time with him.
Yeah. It was like,
which I thought was really cool.
I was like, you got to be kidding. So, man, we've had some cool times up at Page Cellars. By the way, we did get to meet Dad. When we were back,
Yeah.
we met Dad. Dad gave us a cool tour of some of the inside, the guts of the winery, and it was just when they were starting crush, when they were, the grapes had come in and they were starting to create the wines, and so it was cool to be able to visit them. We didn't get a chance
punching it down.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to visit with them nearly as long as I would have liked to. I could have hung out with him all day and just picked his brain, but we've had a much bigger chance to be able to hang out with Brett and connect with them, and just say, you know what, Page Cellars is awesome. It's awesome wine, but there's some awesome people there, and obviously Brett's the biggest personality, and we've had a chance to connect, and so we would just highly recommend that you go to Page. I mean, the people in our Facebook group, let's talk about Northwest Wines. There's people that rave.
Oh my God, everybody loves Brett,
and it's for good reason. It's a great place. It's fun, but the wines are just insane. They're just, when we first tasted them, we were like, what the hell is this? It was crazy. And I love going to a new winery where when you drink it for the first time, you're just like, oh my gosh. And Page was one of those for us. So we love it. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to sign off for this one, but we recommend highly that when you get a chance, you go to the Woodinville Warehouse District. You look up Page Cellars, and you make a reservation, and you go in and tell Brett Cummings that we said hello, and you have a phenomenal tasting. Even if you don't tell them that we sent you or we said hello, they're going to treat you like $1 million. I firmly believe it. They do the same thing with everybody. And but if you happen to mention that you found them in Let's Talk About Northwest Wines, who knows? Maybe he'll put on that extra little flair. I don't know.
or maybe he'll have a CD for you.
Oh, ask him for a CD, or who knows? But Page Cellars is high on our list. We joined the club. We love to go back. We highly recommend them to you. When you get a chance, go to Woodinville, look up Page Cellars,